Hey guys, Rod at Adrenaline Rush Motorsport, and today we are talking about the 2025 Segway Villain. And no, we're not talking about electric. This bad boy is a 1000cc gas engine. All right, guys, just so you can see, this is the 2025 Segway Villain 1000cc. This is the P model, okay? And what that means is this is a 64-inch wide machine, okay? If you go with the WP, it makes it a 72-inch wide. As you can see, I laid the tape measure down to show you the difference. So if you come a little bit closer, that's like adding a whole nother wheel right here in width on the 72 wide machine. We do have those available. We just don't have one on the floor to show you the difference in the comparison. But if you get a chance to see a 72 wide machine, man, it is a big difference in width. You will be really surprised, and you should take the time to make sure you check out both models before you buy one of these units. So obviously this is the machine turned off. This is what we look like with the lights off. It's a weird feature how they did it. And then this is how your parking lights look. This is what your headlights look like when they're on. That's your low beam. Then you have another switch, and that switches it over to your high beam. It's a unique way of doing things. Probably not the way that I would do things. I like the feature where you can turn them completely off, but to each his own. Okay, so on the front of this machine, you can obviously see we have this tiny little metal cover. I guess that is supposed to cover the winch, but you also have this bumper located on the front. You have your fair lead. You have your synthetic rope. You have this nice tag on here that says Segway, so you can keep your hands away from that hook. They did a really good job on the powder coating. This green really pops and gets your attention when you see this machine out in the wild. You got these beautiful wheels that are on here. These are 14-inch wheels. And then you're also rolling on a 29-inch wheel, which is really nice. If you look here underneath the hood, the placement of the shocks are really unique. This whole front design that they did, where they also engraved Segway on the front portion, is really nice. You've also got these gas I don't even know how you'd call that. I guess containers for the shocks are real nice in a well-lit place. There's an easy spot for the fuse. This front end seems to be really long, but it actually works really well. It's very similar to like the Can-Am, XMR stuff. These headlights are LED, so no need to have to worry about headlight bulbs blowing or having to replace them and things like that. We still have people who put light bars on there. They could be a little bit brighter, but they are a nice feature. They look really well, and we can show you the function on those headlights, what they look like when they're on, off. So there's something that you don't normally see on off-road equipment, whether it be an ATV or side-by-side. So every time you usually see a radiator, usually they're located in the front or they're located in the rear. Well, the strange thing about this machine, I actually put two radiators on it. There's one located in the front, which is located right here. And also, there's one that's located in the rear. Behind the driver's seat, if you look right here, you can see that there's a second radiator here with a fan also on it. And then also located on the rear, there's a spot right here is actually where the radiator cap is. It's located on the back, right here on the top side. There's a cover over it, but it's actually a little different. I'm kind of excited to see how this thing works out. If it's a good thing, bad thing, maybe you guys already know. Tell me in the comments. One thing they do a little bit different with the Villain, that can be a good thing and a bad thing, is this 4-point harness. So you have your main clip here, which separates it. Now, if this isn't plugged in, the machine will go into limp mode, so you do have to keep it plugged in. You also have this top snap right here. And then your adjustments are here. So what you do is literally hold this and pull, and that's how you do it. And you obviously have it on both sides. The nice thing that I like is that they added retractable seatbelts on both sides for the harness. But on this side, that poor passenger, they're going to have to adjust every single time they get in, unless, you know, the wife, whatever, you know, is always in here. It'll always be adjusted right for her. On the front of this machine, one thing I want to show you guys is this piece actually pops off, and you can get it out of the way for you. And then there's a couple things underneath here. So on that plastic piece, by the way, there's 4 tabs that pop into rubber grommets that will hold that piece down. So it's just a nice tug on all 4 of those spots, and she pops right out. Then you have, obviously, you can see the full picture of these canisters. They are fully adjustable on the rebound. You have your winch solenoid located here. You have an ECU, or a driver, located here. And then you also have your OBD reader as well right here. And then I'll show you the next spot here in just a second where the fuses and everything else is located. Okay, so right here on this, I guess you would call that the dashboard, where it slides further up, there's actually a spot right here where you'll actually pull up and then slide back. And then if we look at the back of this cover, you've got these 2 tabs. You want to make sure you don't damage. These pop straight up. And then this one actually pops into this nice rubber grommet. Well, everything that's located underneath here, here is your relays and fuses. Okay. One important thing, this is where your winch, wired winch controller goes into. And there's a couple other modules underneath there. Main screen, which is located right in front of the steering wheel, you're going to see your miles per hour. You will see your voltage. You're going to see your gas consumption, and actually, I'm sorry, not your gas consumption. You're going to actually see what you have till E, how many miles. Your trip meter, your miles on the machine. And then this EPS logo, you're going to see a L, a M, and an H. And what that is, that's actually for how hard your steering is on this machine. There's also a button located to the right of the steering wheel to adjust that, and also adjust the dimming as well. On this machine, you have a 3 selector switch. One's for 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, limited slip, and then you also have your full locker. And you also have a horn button located on this. On your main screen, you have a radio, a Bluetooth, and local music. And then you also have a section here where you can tie your phone in to see all your phone calls when they pop up on the screen. You also have a section where it is maps. So you can see the general spots that you're going. You can drop a pin so you know your way back to where you started. Also, on this next screen, you have the best way to really tell you is it kind of tells you your lean angle. So when you're going into some terrain that you're not sure if the machine can handle, or you might have some rollovers, this will tell you what angle your machine's at. And it keeps up with a lot of, you know, your speed, your horsepower, your acceleration, and gives you a map of that. And then also you have an emergency brake. You have your standard shifter. This push to button right here on the side of the steer or the shifter, that is also for you to talk back and forth with your passenger if you guys have a headset type of style for you guys to communicate back and forth. You have a sport and eco mode. You also have a USB charger and a regular 12-volt charger. You do have a glove box in here, and the glove box usually has your owner's manual and your winch controller in there. It's pretty spacious. You're not sticking a ton of stuff in there, but you are sticking some things in there. Now on the side of this machine, you can see that we have these rock sliders. They're round tube. They seem like they've got some really good build quality. I've seen a lot of people come in with these and they don't ever seem to really tear off or get broken fairly easy. So I think it would take a whole lot. It looks like they have some extra mounting points here for some other accessories that they probably have coming out in the future, or that truthfully I might not even know about, but we'll find out and we'll let you guys know. Also, Your gas door is located right here. It's one thing. It's magnetic. It's got a magnet on both sides right here, and that's actually how it works. But one funny thing that I noticed about this machine, I don't understand why. It might be European models. I don't know. But there is a door just like this on the driver's side, and there is nothing there. It is literally just a hole with a flap door on there. I don't know if the person who designed this just likes symmetrical things or European models are set up that way. Don't ask me. I don't know. So obviously, we're going to move on to the rear suspension. So you have these trailing arms that go back. You also have something that they really changed on this machine that I really like. So they changed all the breathing tubes located on the Villain compared from the last models. They did a really good job. A lot of people were having issues on the last model where they were leaving their unit out. And if you got some heavy rain, sometimes you would get a little bit of water in your belt box. Well, they changed that. They made it a lot different. They re-snorkeled it, redid a lot of things. Some stuff located on the top we'll show you here in just a second. And then also, the air filter used to be behind, I think it was the passenger seat. I might be wrong. Don't kill me in the comments. It could have been behind the driver's seat. It was located behind one of them. It was kind of difficult. It wasn't really a good design. So they changed that for you. And they made it really easy to get to. Literally, you have these clips here. There's 4 of them. You move these out of the way. And then this whole cover comes off. And there's your air filter. It is an oiled air filter. It is really nice, easy to change. They did a great job. Thank you, Segway, for making our lives a whole lot easier. Another thing that they did to this machine, which I'll show you guys here in just a second. Let's flip around to the other side. All right, as easy as that, we're on the other side. So one thing that I do like about the Segways compared to some of the other manufacturers, a lot of the other manufacturers don't separate the transmission from the engine, which if you have failures with your transmission, you gotta rip your whole engine apart. Well, they took care of you on that. They did a transaxle. And what that is, that's the differential and the transmission built as one. It's really nice. It's separated from the engine. You can literally unbolt the differential and the transmission and slide it out of the way and rebuild it and get it back in your unit, and your engine can still be sitting in this machine. To service it, it's really easy. The shifting cable as well is easy to get to. You also have a dipstick located here to check the transmission fluid. So they made it really simple. A screw-on oil filter right here, really easy to get to. So they did a good job making sure that they made it user-friendly for us here at the dealership and for you at home. And another thing that they also changed, which is really, really nice, there used to be this weird looking box in the back. It was definitely dead space. I think it was an afterthought when they put it there, but they did a great job this go around. They made it very simple to get to your spark plugs and check your engine oil and fill it. All those things are all located underneath this panel. They did a great job. You got 4 mounting points located in the back of this. And one thing that I do really like, there's your overflow for your coolant. And then let's show you the rest of the back of this machine. Okay, so we're gonna finish off with the back of this unit. Here's that breather system I was telling you about. It is sealed off on the top part, so you don't have to worry about water getting down into your snorkel system. You have this nice breathing section here, which is really great. Very sleek in the back, real nice finish. One thing that Segway also did, they added this backup camera. That's new for this year. The first time I got in one of these machines, I was like, out of all the machines, Segway, why didn't you give us a backup camera? I don't know if they're mind readers, but they knew, and they hooked us up with a backup camera. You have your standard hitch here. Just all around, great powder coating with this rear bumper. The one thing that I think Segway could have took a little bit more pride in was this exhaust. I'm not really impressed. It's not all amazing. I don't like being the guy that just tells you all the good stuff. Come on, Segway. Just give us a little bit more here on the exhaust. Everything else, you guys did an amazing job. I see that you're stepping up and you're building us a good brand to sell to our customers. We see it. Just take a little bit more pride in the exhaust, and I think we'll be good. You've got your link bar set up in the back. But for that, I mean, that's pretty much it on this machine. I appreciate you guys watching. I just want to tell you guys, thank you for all the support. Make sure that you give us a like. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because that's what helps keep this channel going. And come see me at 1901 West 15th Street, Panama City, Florida, or give me a call at 850-874-2185, or check us out on our website, which will be located on the bottom. Have a great day, guys.